stay and talk to Stan. I'm sure you can get somebody.
Dorothy, I must confess I have mixed feelings about calling anybody. There's something strangely provocative about this evening. Oh, of course, I would never have a relationship with both twins at the same time. That would be obscene. Unless, of course, it was tastefully done.
Stan, what was...
I cannot wait to go back there and rub their noses in it.
Isn't it wonderful how you make lifelong bonds when you join a sorority?
No, I never belonged to a sorority. I was blackballed.
Oh, I think that is so cruel. The Alpha Yams didn't have blackballing. We believed that any girl who wanted to help her community and foster a... You remember that?
Are you all right, Mr. Gordon?
Yes, I'm fine.
Sorry, it won't happen again.
At least not until you're out of here.
Blanche, Karen and I are back together.
Karen?
Yeah.
A man's work. It's all gold. Just open it anywhere and the magic will touch you. But I'm so tired. I must sleep, and I cannot sleep. I am too tired to sleep. I will never sleep again. I may die from this.
Oh, Mrs. Doolittle, to show me that it didn't hurt. And I'd come out from under the bed, and you'd put it on my chest, and next day I'd always feel better. You remember, Ma?
Much about both of you. I'm just so glad you finally got to Miami.
Well, when Mom told me she needed me to review the estate papers, I figured it was a perfect excuse to come for a visit.
It's just a will, Kirsten. I wouldn't call it estate papers.
Now, while we're down here, I'm going to go to astronaut camp.
Astronaut camp? There's a camp for astronauts? Is it
See a slugger?
Run!
Comes along.
But enough about you, Stan. Let's talk about Kate's problems.
We had no problems, Mom. That's why this was all such a shock.
Not even in bed?
Oh, Stanley.
Hey, I'm just trying to help. The fact is, the reason most men cheat on the...
You're no good at this damn game.
They caught the skunk.
What do you mean?
I mean, that part wasn't in my dream. That means the dream's broken. We're going back to Miami. We're going to be all right.
Not me. Well, you two faced your fears. Dorothy got on the plane. You faced your dream. I didn't give my speech.
Give it now. Yeah. Yes. Go on. Now, you wrote it. You give it. Go on. You can do it.
No, wait. Dorothy, have you made a decision?
Yes, I have made a decision. Sonny, I think that Lyle is the sweetest, kindest man I have ever met. And what you have done here is a totally underhanded, inexcusable abuse of power. Oh, Sonny, the power!
You're clean at home. I said, well, you won't find any crumbs in her bed. You won't find anything in her bed.
Dorothy, how did this happen? I feel so terrible.
Oh, it's not your fault.
Oh, thank you.
I'm proud of you, Angelo. You didn't
Out.
At Doug's wake, people got up and said wonderful things about him. But he wasn't there to hear it. I don't want that to happen to me. I want to hear how people feel about me. I want to be there to listen as they salute my grace, my wit, my inner beauty.
Ma, writers cost money. Out of commitment, you dumped him. It's like 6 weeks is your cutoff point.
Oh, it is not.
It is too. You were getting along great. You seemed to like each other. You had a wonderful time together.
I don't want to talk about it, Dorothy. Besides, Stephen just didn't have all the qualities I look for in a man.
Hi, girls. What a great day.
I don't know. For me, it was better the first time. What do you think?
Right this way, please.
So why do you want me to be at your house tomorrow?
I want you to be there when I kill myself. Dorothy, I hesitate to say this, but something in Frank's eyes says to me he thinks of you as more than just a friend.
Blanche, the man is a priest.
The man's a man.
I'm not going to listen to this.
Listen, I know what I'm talking about because I was in a very similar situation once, and he was a man of the cloth. Oh, totally dedicated to his... What I gotta do, she's gonna be here any minute. This place is a pigsty. Oh, Blanche, it looks gorgeous. That's it. I just fluffed. Honey, dust the table. I just did. Well, do it again. God, I wish she wasn't coming. I just hate her.
I can't believe you hate your sister.
I despise her. Oh, I wish I'd gotten a... I didn't pull out my chair, and then when the check came, he made me pay half the bill. What did I ever do to deserve that?
Sounds to me like you put out before dinner again.
She loves you, yay!
I've decided the best thing for me is to go to a sperm bank and get artificially inseminated.
Why would you do something like this just to hurt me?
Mama, try to understand. I can't pass a carriage without looking in.
Sorry.
When did he die?
I wasn't there, Rose. You were.
You mean I slept with a dead man last night?
Honey, I sleep with them all the time.
He was so quiet. I just thought he was a sound sleeper. What do we do?
Call the police.
And there are too many years left, and I don't know what to do. Get a poodle.
It's yes, I know it is. She's gonna marry him.
Oh, come on, Rose.
Experimenting with something new, but it didn't work out.
Dorothy, he's only trying to do his job. It can't be very pleasant for him either.
Actually, as far as stakeouts go, it's kind of nice here.
I thought you couldn't hear with those things on. My life thinks I'm a lesbian. Doesn't mean there aren't thousands and hundreds and millions of men out there who don't. That must be my milling man.
Zorro rides again.
Chuck.
Thumper.
Not yet. Oh, but I did learn that baked Alaska can actually be cooked locally.
Rose, I have an even bigger scoop for you. Mars bars are made right here on Earth.
Oh, girl, didn't find anything?
Oh, I found one job I wanted. I would have been perfect for it. But they told me I was too old.
What kind of job?
Assistant manager in a pet store. I don't know why they didn't hire me. I worked in a pet store in St. Olaf for 10 years. I mean, I was the one who thought up big squeaky toys for cows.
I can't understand is how in the world she managed to wait 15 years.
How long did you wait after George died?
Till the paramedics came.
What about you, Dorothy?
Oh, geez. The mystery continues.
Now, girls, remember, look everyone over very carefully. Try to figure out who are the real guests and who are actors pretending to be guests. It'll help when it comes to solving the mystery.
I'm kidding. Oh, I love you. You're my family. Listen, we're sticking together no matter what happens.
I don't know. It might be hard to find a place as perfect as this was for the four of us.
Oh, hell, if we did it once, we can do it again. All we need's a little luck. It was luck that brought us together the first time.
I don't feel that bad.
Shut up, Rose. Look, I never said I was going.
Well, since when do we have to say we're going? We've gone for the past 5 years. Sure, we may hate it, but we always go.
You never told me you hated it.
That's because I'm a good friend, and a good friend would never say anything like that.
I appreciate that, Blanche.
Look, why don't you just...
Most of the boys I dated in college were just for the stories.
You must have more stories than O. Henry.
I'm gonna unpack.
Now, this isn't fair. You have to tell us.
No, you don't. But if you go out that door and don't come back in, we'll know you didn't. And if you do come back, that means you did.
like to stay up all night with Blanche and me and watch I Like Lucy?
I love Lucy.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know how I feel about it.
No, I'm not going to have the time with my daughter coming tonight. We're going to spend all our time talking about the...
That's him. He's early. I haven't finished my face.
Well, the only thing left is to dip it in bronze. We'll go. I wonder what he looks like.
I just hope he doesn't have hair in his ears.
Ma, well, all she saw was the woman she loved growing old and wrinkled in a wheelchair.
Just goes to show how different one generation can be from another.
Absolutely.
I'll see. Well, what y'all want to do now?
Not so fast, Eduardo. What are you going to do with me?
You have good bones. Yes, this is a strong, noble face full of wisdom and sincerity. You could be a Greek goddess.
Oh, go on, Eduardo.
I can't take you.
Why not?
I just can't.
Is there someone else? Oh. There's somebody else. Oh, a girlfriend. You got a wife? Are destroying the family. You are destroying the family, and I'm going to be all alone.
I'll make her a cup of tea and calm her down.
I better go talk to her.
Dorothy, wait.
No, this has gone too far.
I realize that. You just can't flat out tell her. She realizes this was a joke, you know, Blanche. Do more harm than good.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so sit down and have a glass of juice with me.
Okay, I will. Ma, you wouldn't be playing a joke on me with this glass, would you?
Of course not.
Of course not. Because, you know, I know how much fun you have playing practical jokes on people.
Dorothy, I told you it's over.
Okay.
Drink your juice.
Okay, Ma, I will. Wait, Ma.
Well, the Indian cries out from his heart. That's the worst kind of crying.
My father's a surgeon. That's physiologically impossible. How can we be drawn into the story if you're misrepresenting the facts?
Honey, it's a make-believe
Fake? I'm not a fake. Mrs. Nyland, ever since I was a little boy, I wanted to be on TV. Do you know what that's like for a Hispanic kid? Who were my role models? Zorro and Ricky Ricardo. A gay caballero and a man who couldn't recognize his own wife in a fake mustache.
No guarantees, no miracles.
Dr. Taylor, you are not going to dissuade me from having the surgery. You see, all my life, my physical beauty has served as a source of inspiration to me and to countless others. But now that beauty seems to be fading, and I'm scared.
What a pigeon.
Oh, my God. If they want to make spies talk, they should force...
Let's be fair. It could have happened to any one of you.
Rose, Lily can't go on like this. You have to do something.
Well, I think you girls are overreacting. I mean, it was just a little grease fire. No harm done.
This time?
Monkey cap.
Sounds kind of cute, Ma. I mean, why are you avoiding him?
There's no magic, Dorothy. No sparks. You know what I mean?
He's 90, you're 80. Sparks are dangerous.
I know what you mean, Sophia. I would never date a man unless I felt those sparks.
Well, fortunately, you carry flints in your bra.
With mine.
Oh, what?
Rose used it.
Ma, that is just ignorant paranoia.
Hey, I'm making progress. Yesterday I was using the bathroom down at the Shell station.
You know, it's attitudes like that that add to the panic about this. Now, what is wrong with you?
Hey, one little slip and you're all over my back. It won't happen again. Relax.
I'm fine.
You'll have to excuse her. Funeral homes make her a little nervous.
Golly, they used to make me nervous, too. You know, at a traditional funeral home, all they want to talk about is caskets, burials, dead people. Here at Forever Peaceful, we've gotten rid of all that morbid death stuff.
What are you running here, a sushi bar?
Come this way. Now, this is our,
I've been giving our relationship a great deal of thought lately, and I just think you're a wonderful man. I really do. And I love all the time we spend together. But we do come from two different worlds, you know. So our relationship can only go so far. And that's why I can't go to the banquet with you.
Louis, who is this person?
Look, miss, sit. I sat for you long enough. Dr. Budd, I came to you sick and scared, and you dismissed me. You didn't have the answer, and instead of saying, I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong.
Hi, girls.
Oh, Blanche, how was the beach party?
Well, I'm not a big fan of beach parties.
I'm just glad that you got home safely.
Are you still on that Rex thing? Listen, for your information, he apologized.
It's a world of tears. It's a world of hopes. And a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware.
Oh, sweetheart, let's promise we'll never, ever let something like this come between us again.
I promise. From now on, no more fighting.
Good.
By the way, how did you know I was here?
Well, that didn't last long, did it? Hello.
Hello, Sophia.
Oh, Sophia, how's Agnes? About the same.
Oh, I just don't know. This is all so sudden. There's so many things to consider.
Oh, look, Blanche, if you're worried about us, don't be. I mean, just because you're selling the house doesn't mean that we can't all find another place together.
Oh, I wasn't worried about you. I was worried about the tax consequences of all this extra income.
On the clock, and Davis is bringing the ball up. He's taking it slow to midcourt. He could be eating up the clock. No, he's making a move. He's driving the lane. It's up. It's good.
You feeling better, Magic?
Dorothy, I know this.
Been through Yellowstone Park, Rose. Raising children.
My mother always used to say, the older you get, the better you get. Unless you're a banana.
Well, I think we ought to call up those child services people and tell them we want to keep Emily and raise her ourselves.
Pop's been dead 27 years.
What's your point?
What are you saying?
Isn't it obvious, Dorothy? She showered with a dead man for 5 years.
Rose, what did you want?
I got 2 tickets to the hottest Norwegian musical in town.
Rose, you've really...
At the time, I was nibbling a giant shrimp out of Jerry Reed's hand.
You're making this whole thing up just to rub it in. You have never met these people.
Jealousy is a very ugly thing, Dorothy. And so are you and anything backless.
He wanted someone with more innocence. With more cellulite is more like it. Take that back. I will not. Yes, you will. I will not. You will too. No. Girls, what is going on here? Nothing. Rose just stabbing me in the back. I did not. She's been posing for Laszlo, too. He asked me to. I sure don't know why. He could go to see her.
I feel like such a fool.
Oh, me too. World, who wanted to see a naked whale? Artie, your bathtub. Oh, that does it, Missy. All right, this means war. We'll both keep going. We'll just see who he picks for his sculpture. Fine, it's going to be me. No, it's not. It's going to be me.
Girls, I think friends. I mean, why did you do this, Stan?
I'm scared, Dorothy. I'm scared of being alone. This whole experience has made me feel so vulnerable, so mortal. Being here with you makes me feel secure. Sure, it's great having somebody cook your meals, clean your room,
But it turned out he was looking for his napkin under the table.
Well, what have you all been doing all this time? How long can you make conversation?
Blanche, there is more to conversation than just, can I have a hanger for my pants, please?
can I ask you something?
I don't know what it means. I just don't like the possibilities.
No, I wanted to ask you, do you think Blanche has been picking on me lately?
I haven't noticed.
Rose, some of his paintings are worth thousands of dollars. Oh, here. This is a dekimmel on this brochure for the exhibit.
I don't get it.
This kind of art does nothing for me.
But you have to open your mind to new perceptions. This is non-representational art. I work at...
On the Home Shopping Network.
But Dorothy, you do have to admit, it was very touching what Rocco did for
A while. I don't think Blanche or Rose spotted the jacket either.
I don't believe it. That's Ida Perkins.
What?
That's Ida Perkins. What the hell is she doing here? Were you kidding me about being from Minnesota?
Absolutely not. I spent...
Supposed to make me feel better.
We did that. Now we're up to the part where I feel better. Come on, let's go home. Life-saving?
Yeah, go to hell. And you still didn't get the part.
All right, Dorothy, I'm ready. Now tell me your bad news.
My mother is leaving. She's going to move in with my sister Gloria.
Oh, you're kidding.
Sophia can't.
One more thing. Your boyfriend was looking for you.
Sam? He wheeled himself out here just to see me?
Yeah. I don't get it. He must see a side of you that's hidden from the rest of the world. Like the dark side of the moon.
You're just jealous because you know you can never have me.
Try to adapt to it. Rest when you need to, eat well, eliminate stress if you can. Right now, there is no cure and no one thing that relieves symptoms in everyone. Right now, I'm afraid you'll just have to live with it.
Oh, why didn't they tell me, all those doctors I saw?
I'm sure some of them weren't familiar with it. And the ones who have heard about it sometimes have...
He told me the truth about what happened.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, but I did. I told you so.
Honey, I'm sorry for not believing you. There's no excuse for my behavior.
There most certainly isn't.
I guess when it came down to it, I didn't believe you because I didn't bad that. Every last cent is gone. No mas dinero.
Dorothy.
But I'm your sister, and I'm here for you. I guess I've just been feeling sorry for myself, thinking I'm all alone, no one loves me. Poor Fear, did your friend die? Rose, he hasn't come here yet.
Oh, well, you certainly look black.
Rose, did you get me a partner for the bowling tournament?
Sure did. You're all signed up. It's him.
Want me to get it?
You think you could be a little patient, Jamie?
Look, I know things move kind of slow here at Sunnybrook Farm, but we do have a plane to catch.
Into the kitchen. What? You heard me. Into the kitchen right now.
Anyway, we were just a few miles out of town. You know, I am a little tired. I think I will lie down.
I'm tired myself.
Me too.
I'm exhausted. Fine, but I'm warning you all right now. I'm telling the rest of that story as soon as you get up.
What are you talking about?
Well, Ma practically pushed us together.
Mama, may I see you in the kitchen?
You look mighty pretty today, pussycat.
This isn't going to work, you little stick person.
What did I do?
You fixed my ex-husband.
Ma, how dare you? How dare I what? I was trying to help.
Ma, can you get it through your head that I do not need your help? Now, please, Ma, get off my back.
Who do you think you're talking to? Don't you raise your voice to your mother.
And stop smothering me and give me some space.
Space?
how much longer do I have to have this hot towel on my face?
Now just be patient, Rose. When I tell you to remove this towel, you are going to see what a dramatic difference.
I've just got to remember that it's not the clothes that make the man, it's the man that makes the clothes. Oh, God, he looks like he died in a Benny Hill sketch. I guess there's nothing we can do about it now. Besides, it's probably what Phil wanted. I'm going to go check on Ma.
Listen. And then, you're gonna love this. Dom DeLuise takes me by the arm and insists I tell Bert the story. Sophia, I don't want to hear any more about it. Not even the part when Bert and Dom insisted I repeat the story to Lonnie Anderson?
Mary, it's not just the disruption to my life, it's seeing him do nothing with his.
Look, Stanley, you took him in, now it is your problem, and you are going to have to deal with it.
You're right. There's only one thing I can do, and it's the hardest thing in the world.
You're going to ask Michael to leave your home.
No. I'm going to ask you to ask Michael to leave my home.
Who is it? Lots of luck. Thanks.
Frank,
Dorothy, what are you doing here?
I had a little free time between classes.
So you just drove 18 miles across town?
Okay, so I wanted to talk to you. I didn't want to wait until Thursday. The thought that...
Too soon?
Rose, do you think we can go call St. Olaf now and you can explain it to them the way I explained it to you?
Well, we could try. We might not be able to get a hold of anybody. It's everybody hide the corn day.
It was a perfect reception. For once, everything...
And frankly, that's exactly what it is.
You had to bring him home. You couldn't find a drunken sailor on a street corner.
We're a little surprised, that's all.
Well, you're not alone. I mean, it was the last thing in the world I expected. I met him, we went to sign the papers, we had lunch, he told me his...
Tomorrow, we'll handle the situation. Tell Gresham we can get together next week. No, he'll have to come here. I can't go to the coast. No, we're going to have to try to keep that whole week clear for my honeymoon. Sometime around the 17th. Well, if you can close it, all right, do so. Call me. I'm on the plane.
If it is. And I better call Simon and cancel our date for tonight. You know, I'm really starting to care about him, and I wouldn't want him worrying about my recording his performance. You know how fragile men's egos are. One little thing like screaming out the wrong name, and they go all to pieces. Cass has always been a man there to catch it.
Oh. Blanche, you're being ridiculous. You are as attractive and desirable as you always were. A lot of men can be frightened by that. They don't know if they can handle that much woman. So every once in a while, this will happen. Now, Blanche, it takes us... If you don't mind, I would like to see this, Michael.
You and the rest of Miami. Sorry, the entire engagement is sold out. Michael!
Do you know who that is? Sure, it's the guy from the Pepsi commercials. Pepsi commercials?
Well, this calls for a celebration. No, what are we celebrating? The fact that you got free champagne with your room?
We are celebrating what you said on the phone.
What did I say?
You said, Stanley, could I come to your hotel room? I have to see you.
No, that's...
With unbridled ecstasy.
What are you doing tomorrow night?
I better get going. I've caused enough trouble.
Look, Eddie, can't we see each other occasionally just as friends?
It won't work. It's like trying to eat one potato chip.
You're with my brother.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
He's better with my brother.
If you change your...
Tina
on the clock, and Davis is bringing the ball up. He's taking it slow to midcourt. He could be eating up the clock. No, he's making a move. He's driving the lane. It's up. It's good.
You feeling better, Magic?
Dorothy, I know this.
In New York, you think he has time to write letters home?
Hi, Grandma.
Don't hi me. You can't pick up a phone and call your own grandmother?
You look terrific, Grandma.
I know. So give me a kiss already.
Honey, I want you to meet my dear friend Blanche. Blanche, this is my son, Michael.
I would get up, but I've thrown my back totally out of whack.
Oh,
don't worry, Dorothy. It's all gonna work out. Because
Bob Hope won't let us down. Right. You know, Rose, I have known you for over 5 years, and in that time, I have heard the most bizarre stories I have ever heard in my entire life. There was Clovis, the two-headed mule. Almost. Where you going, Ma?
To order that cherry red tricycle with the grocery bag sidecar. Don't laugh. You ride one of those things past the shuffleboard court, you got old guys coming out of your hair.
10,000.
Okay, Dorothy, I'm going for a walk. If I don't come back, it's up to you to take care of Sonny Venuccio. His address is on the table.
Ma, that's it. Now I want you to look at me and tell me this vendetta business is all a joke.
This vendetta business is all a joke. Apology accepted. Let's go.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Ma's been feeling a little down lately, so I invited her to play golf with us.
Oh, wonderful. Glad to have you along, Sophia.
I know.
So, Sophia, tell me, have you played much?
Have I played? Have I played?
Take her to lunch. Sure. With the size of our estate, I think we can afford lunch.
So that's it. That's the big secret. Charlie was a nice guy.
Oh, I'm sorry it lacked the intrigue of the Duncan Osgood case.
But isn't it amazing how things always work out?
We were just singing the baby to sleep.
It was waking me up.
Maybe we ought to go out in the kitchen so we can talk, so we can eat.
Better.
Ma, we're sorry our singing woke you.
It wasn't you. I had a horrible nightmare.
Blanche, you don't know how much it means
I'm
to
not
me to...
here for you. I realize this is a very important night for Rose, and that's why I came. Just don't mind me.
To Rose.
I liked his toast to Blanche better.
You know about a good time.
Oh, Mrs. Barton, what can I do for
I
you?
want to see the witch.
Leonard? Don't call her a witch. You'll get another boil on your butt.
Tell the world, Gladys.
Out of the room and cry like a baby. Get, go, move it. She owns us.
Jason.
Blanche, I really want to thank you again for these ray blockers. I didn't think I'd get used to everything being pink, but it's kind of fun.
I can turn right around and spit in your face.
I'm sorry, Ma.
Few months, huh? That should give me enough time to finish the scarf.
Well, I still think Blanche is making a terrible mistake.
And what mistake might that be, pray? Trusting that her two best friends won't badmouth her behind her back?
Oh, honey, that's not it. We're a family.
Getting remarried, and I wanted to meet the lucky guy. This is so strange. I always thought Daddy was much taller than that. I don't remember him like that at all.
Well, that's probably because his size didn't matter to you, Rose.
When you really care for someone, you see them for what they are on the inside.
Nothing else matters.
Is it serious?
Very. If I can't afford a new fall wardrobe, I'll never land myself a doctor. No offense, Marty.
You know, Blanche, sometimes I don't think you're serious about me.
Don't be silly. I love you as much as I could any dry cleaner. I can't help it. I'm so upset.
Seeing my sorority sisters was just dreadful.
Oh, what happened?
It was just as if time had stood still for 30 years. Every woman there looked wonderful. They'd hardly aged at all.
I saw a movie like that once. All the women were sucked up into flying saucers.
Twice in 2 days? Then he shows up with that girl today. Whew, how old could she have been?
Not very.
You're not like most women, Blanche, I'll tell you that.
What do you mean?
Well, wouldn't most women let a thing like this make them feel old?
Yes.
And
I see. All right. Bye-bye. I don't understand. It's the second time Norman is canceled.
Maybe he's not interested.
Not interested? Don't be silly. I am the most attractive and available woman in all of Miami. Now that Miss Donna Rice has moved to Hollywood.
And look at the end of the play until today.
If there's one thing I remember about my wedding night, it's Charlie telling me it's impolite to peek.
Rose, the play isn't real. It's a fairy tale. Not all stories end happily, and children have to learn that.
You call yourself a teacher? It's he says that.
Rose, do something.
Sold! Sorry, Dorothy, that's $500 for the Children's Hospital. I guess dreams really can come true. I feel so terrific. It's like life is a giant weenie roast and I'm the biggest weenie. No argument from this corner.
Rose, you're even more relentlessly cheerful than usual.
Yeah, neither do I, but I'll tell you, if ever I sleep with Mr. Wizard, I'll find out what it is. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. It's just, last night should not have happened, but it did. And it obviously means more to Stan than it does to me. I mean, right now he's hurt and he's vulnerable.
Why didn't you tell him that this morning?
Maybe you're right. Somebody younger and as pretty.
Yeah, I think tonight may be the night I finally learned my lesson. No more dates for a long time.
You mean that?
I do.
Well, all right then. I'm with you. No more dates. Here's looking at you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
Oh, I want you two jailbirds to feel at home. Dinner's at 6. Pass it on. Rose, honey, what is the matter?
We didn't accomplish anything today, Blanche. Those tuna fishermen are going to be right out there again tomorrow doing the same thing.
Emma, get going. We have a plane to catch.
Really, they're the very things we take with you. Here, let me get it.
Oh, God, this has always been my worst nightmare.
A wedding falling apart at the last minute?
No, going on a honeymoon with my mother. Well, little Betty is a joy, but she's going to have to trim her mohawk if she wants to play Mary in the Christmas play.
Sounds like you need to unwind.
I think I need to retire.
Look, I know it's late, but could we go for a drink?
Sure, yeah, I'll settle for that.
My family. And if you don't like it, then you don't have to be a part of my family.
Blanche, I've been thinking about Clayton and Doug, and I have a question. What?
As beautiful as you were. Oh, we did it. Oh, we did it.
Oh, honey, thank you for letting me be here with you.
I couldn't have done it without you.
You know, first time I ever held you in my arms, I knew I was holding somebody I was going to love for the rest of my life. Oh, hello, little baby. We've been waiting for you.
Unable to provide for his family and not much fun under the old yak skin, the women would leave him out in the snow to die.
Tough village.
Stanley, I just spoke to Dr. Deutsch, and he says there's nothing to worry about. Some patients do experience a sudden setback like this just when their recovery...
My dreams are sexual. I also dream about food. Of course, I'm usually naked while I'm eating the food. You know, maybe all my dreams are sexual. Lucky me. Oh, no thank you, little boy. We already take the Miami Herald.
Who was that?
Oh. Remember I dream
drink a bottle of Chianti and I pass out.
No, it's really a shame you and Ma don't live closer to each other.
Dorothy is right. How many years do we have left? 20, 30? We should live in the same town. You want to come back to that little village in Sicily? Please, do I look like a...
Your parents. I don't know how I can thank you. No more ice skating. And I'm not going to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel.
No, Rose, that you should do.
7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, good
Big. Hey, you were no great looker when I brought you home from the hospital. I loved you anyway.
Oh, he sure is cute. Come here, baby. Oh, I haven't had a pig as a pet since I was a little girl.
Just forget that, Rose. I want that filthy beast out of my house now.
Fine. It's only been rerun 3 times.
Hello, what has gotten into you lately? Before you retired, you were the most active man I ever knew. I had to run to keep up with you. Now you're nothing but a couch potato. You should do more, Al. You've earned it. Isn't there one thing you've always dreamed of? Help it. Oh, I've been dying for him to ask me out. But we never really talk. We just dance.
Well, what do you know about him?
Nothing. Except he's a wonderful dancer.
Oh, well, what's that? All that proves is he has rhythm.
Where I can buy the best donuts. Of course something is wrong. Dorothy never came home. Yes, she did. She's in the kitchen. All right. Spill it. I want details.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, me too.
Well, there isn't that much to tell. Eddie?
We were first married, I faked it 3 times a week. That always made George happy, too.
I've only been to one surprise party in my life, but I'll never forget it. It was for Grandma Nyland's 100th birthday. She was from a whaling village in the old country, so we kind of...
All right. Who put the Raisin Bran in the refrigerator?
I did. Do you have a problem with that?
Yes, I do. I have 2 problems.
One pack will last her a lifetime. Dorothy?
Out in a minute, Ma.
Rose. And then for dessert, he took me to this most romantic little bistro. And while the waiter was glazing my peaches, Richard leaned over and took my hand, and you know what he said?
What? Our biggest worry will be tank sweat.
And last but not least is a grandmother of 6, Sophia Petrollo. Sophia, it says here that you and Dorothy are mother and daughter.
No, Guy. Rose is my daughter now. And you, Dorothy, are the biggest disappointment to hit the streets since the AMC Pacer. I'll draw a face on my hand.
Ma, what are you doing up?
I've got an hour till my paper route starts, so I thought I'd do some chin-ups. I was worried about Rose. I'm a member of this family, too.
I'm sorry. Ma, that's really very sweet, considering that we have to get up so darn early.
Live longer than I will. Sophia, you know how much it means to a mother to talk to her child on Mother's Day?
I remember one Mother's Day I spent with somebody else's mother. I was on my way back to St. Olaf. I was stuck in this little bus station. You know, I think I'd almost forgotten what...
Dorothy, have you seen my teeth?
They're in your mouth, Ma.
I know that. Don't they look good today? I ran them through the dishwasher. When suddenly this big basil tree...
Ma, what the hell are you talking about? You're not making any sense.
I was hoping the late hour would help to mask that. I don't have a story about taking advantage of a dead guy for money. I got a great story about a Moroccan and a monkey. That really comes under
Yeah, the three of us are planning a vacation together.
Without me?
Well, we were hoping that maybe you'd stay here and watch the house.
Why don't you take the house? I'll stay here and watch the hole in the ground.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Ma.
Brooke Shields takes her mother everywhere.
She just found out about
Living with these two pigs. At first, moving in with them seemed like a good way to save money, but it's just getting out of hand. If one isn't keeping me awake all night with her squealing, the other one is belching in my face.
I wanted to surprise you. Surprise!
Oh, did you come all this way by yourself?
No, I came with Becky.
Well, Becky, how do you do?
Oh, Rose, I had to see you again because I felt terrible about the way we left things.
Oh, so do I.
Oh, Rose, I owed
Just afraid of starting all over at my age. My daughter's checking me into a lovely retirement home called Shady Pines.
That's great. Come on out to the Lanai. I'll give you the lowdown on Shady Pines. You know, who does what for cigarettes?
Sophia around?
Oh, hi, Kurt!
How about a little lunch?
Listen, if you're...
Rose.
And then for dessert, he took me to this most romantic little bistro. And while the waiter was glazing my peaches, Richard leaned over and took my hand, and you know what he said?
What?
Our biggest worry will be tank sweat.
One of the toughest guys in my high school. He smoked, he drank, he made those rude noises under his armpit. I was totally in love with him. And when he asked me to go to the senior prom, I was thrilled. Oh, when I came down the stairs all dressed,
No.
You know, it's still pretty windy out there. I'm going to go outside and see if I can get airborne.
No. I better get going, too.
Why did Clayton say the two of you slept together if you hadn't?
Because he's trying to hide something about himself from Blanche. I don't even feel right saying it out loud. Maybe if I just whispered it.
Relax. She's not the Lone Ranger. She'll be back. I sent her to the cafeteria to get me a sandwich.
Hello. How are you feeling?
I'm exhausted.
How's our little patient doing?
Fine. Just fine. A little groggy, that's all.
Hiya, Cupcake. It's time to play Connect the Freckles.
Not now, Max. Would you hand me the...
What the hell is going on here? Try it in the sink.
I guess everybody's a little jumpy about the banquet.
Yeah, except Blanche. You know, she could at least have the good taste to pretend that she can't sleep.
Well, she's probably nervous about running into Jake. You know, sometimes when people are under pressure...
When you came in and rewrote that second scene in the kitchen where we're talking about looking in the mirror.
That was the first season.
Right.
That was the first season.
Oh, was that the first?
It was before I got
Yeah,
there.
so it was the second show of the first season. Is that what it was?
Yes, I believe it was.
We did that sketch when we went to England. We did that same sketch when, you know, always on your...
That's wonderful. No, I'll be right over. I have done it. A breakthrough. Jimmy is tired of isolating.
Oh, that's great, Dorothy. I don't think I like this whole situation, Pussycat.
Oh, come on, Ma, I'm helping.
You're not a shrink. Be careful.
And you're my big, crazy, bald skull. I may give you some reason to resent me, but you cannot shake me. I am loyal.
Stanley, you wore a toupee for 27 years.
Lighthouse.
Oh, Ma, what time does Gloria's plane get in?
Oh, she's not taking a plane.
Not taking a plane? Well, that's impossible. I mean, how else would you? Oh, no. Oh, no. You mean...
I'm not wearing cologne.
But that's impossible. It smells kind of like a mixture of Old Spice and musk and...
And a porterhouse steak?
Yes.
That's me. The smell really gets intense when I sweat.
Really? Well, I'd be curious to... We'll help you next week. The point is, she practically glows every time she speaks his name.
Do you think Dorothy's in love?
Well, she's very definitely smitten. And with a little help from us, I think she can fire Cupid's arrow into the tushy of love. The tushy of...
Come on, Dorothy, we're starting.
He kissed me. He gave me flowers.
Dorothy, come on, it's almost time.
Over here, honey, please.
Hi, guys.
Oh, Dorothy, I'm glad you're here. Sit down.
Oh, what is it, Ma?
As you know, my child, I'm getting on in years, and I've decided it's time for me to settle my estate.
What estate? Your loofah sponge and bus pass?
Don't forget the 4 gold teeth when your father worked.
I brought you an extra blanket.
Thank you.
Seems like old times, huh?
Oh, I love this house. I love this room. I just feel so safe here. After I visit Mom in the hospital, I always was so glad to come back here. Now here I am again. Only this time...
The best way to handle it was just to lead my girls in a farewell cheer. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who will Blanche no longer date? Come
Did he get the message? Or did the band have to spell out buzz off at halftime?
More. I have a little exercise I do whenever my self-esteem's kind of low. I say my name and then I list 3 positive things about myself. I'm Blanche Devereaux, I'm beautiful, men find me desirable, and people want to be my friend. Go on now, you try.
Oh, Blanche.
Oh, please, please.
I'm Dorothy.
I think it was the white wine. I finally told him she was Blanche and she didn't want to have anything to do with him.
Well, what did he say?
He said he wanted to have something to remember you by, so he took the silver.
Well, at least I guess it's some consolation that he couldn't possibly find the secret place where I hide my jewelry.
Oh, pussycat.
Ma, where did you get that money?
Stan gave it to me.
Ma, he's trying to buy your love.
I'm selling it.
Now look, we cannot go on living like this with Blanche and...
What are you talking about? She was lonely.
You're out of beer, too. You're out of peanut butter? Hell, George, you better get her back. I'm gonna starve to death. Oh, Dorothy! What a nice surprise.
For you, maybe. George, I wanted to talk to you.
Do I detect a note of hostility?
A note? How about a symphony?
Far and wide, and never lose heart, for I know one day my prince will come.
Now, what was that supposed to mean?
I wasn't paying close attention, but from what I could make of it, she's going to sleep with that little black guy Prince.
We can't kill you here because there were cameras. Now, how did this happen?
Oh, I don't know. They just said they wanted 2 women who loved each other and slept together.
We do not sleep together.
Yes, you did. Last month when Blanche was having her room repaired.
I'm your daughter.
Oh, yeah. I need a bromoseltzer.
I need a cheesecake.
Blanche, I hate to see you and Sophia fighting like that. You're a slut.
Oh, honey, slut is a little harsh. I mean, Blanche isn't that bad.
Oh, my God! I can barely walk.
Although slut does have a documentary feel to it.
You
No, the whole experience was too painful. Please. We just want to put it out of our minds. Please. Hit it, Rose.
I have to say what I feel.
Miami has so much appeal. Teach. Of course, there's a similar look that means I'm going to slash your tires. But an experienced teacher can tell the difference.
Dorothy, I'm going to a party tonight. Can I please borrow your silver earrings?
Well, of course, but why not wear the ones you usually wear with that outfit?
Would you like to feel that one, Rose?
I want to tell us how she is.
Blanche, be patient.
We've been here over an hour, Dorothy. Oh, God, what if she's already dead and they're just trying to figure out some way to tell us?
She is not dead.
I remember when people used to die at Shady Pines. I hated the way the nurses used to...
You are not going anywhere. Dr. Clayton is coming.
Dr. Silvano was my doctor.
Dr. Silvano is dead.
Trust me, I'm in better shape than he is. Goodbye.
Ma, you have to have an examination. Now, your blood pressure is up. You're tired. You have absolutely no color.
I'm an old white woman. I'm not supposed to have color.
Dorothy Zbornak, ZB.
Let's go, Dorothy.
Boy, this is creepy. I mean, fake names?
Well, honey, it makes sense. People who test positive have trouble getting insurance, jobs. It's terrible.
With the whole process?
1920.
Bad year. Now, 1918.
I said 1920.
Okay, 1920 it is, the year I sailed for America. Ah, America. The land of opportunity where the streets were paved with gold. And a young man named Irving Berlin was writing songs. No, he never would have eaten my veal again.
Oh, honey, now you'll just do fine.
No, I won't. I remember the last time I tried to give a speech. I was in high school. Do you want to hear about it?
Would you follow us if we tried to make a run for it?
Yes.
Whatever happens, I love you.
But you know, my room's next to Blanche's.
Boy, something smells good in here. What's for lunch?
It's cat food, Sophia.
Is that seafood medley?
Yes, it is.
They used to feed that to us every Sunday at the home.
Ma, they did not make you eat cat food at Shady Pines.
Nice to see you again, Dorothy.
You too, Mr. Weinstock. When did you get in?
Oh, you mean in town yesterday?
You should have called. I could have made you dinner. Very clever.
Very, very clever.
I can't remember hearing anything more clever. Unless it was last week on Alf when the cat next door... I'll go get the after-dinner drinks.
Barbara, I picked up your first novel the other day.
Ah, yes. So dark the way...
We are just friends.
Sure. And Michael Jackson was born with that cleft in his chin.
Girls, just wait until you see the little number I picked up at the museum basket. Here I come. If my foot wasn't asleep, I wouldn't ask this. What exactly was it Sonia told her mama?
The joke between the two crows. I knew you'd beg to hear it.
That's it.
Get out! Get out! On Sunday?
Rose, Jean is going to be with us for a week. Let's not have all the really big fun right away. Blanche, this is my friend Jean.
Oh, I'm so glad to finally meet you, Jean.
You too, Blanche.
Dorothy has told us so much about you, I feel like we're bosom buddies.
Ma, not a word. Howard, could you get me another champagne, please?
Roger, be a dear and get me one, too.
I haven't seen them anywhere.
Oh, my God, Dorothy, what if he turns out to be some kind of depraved ex-convict who's kidnapped Rose and is dragging her across 7 states on a rampage of violence and destruction unparalleled in the annals of modern crime?
Blanche, you got a call last night from something called the Maltese Falcon Club?
Oh, good. Remember, I was asked to select the activity for the museum staff's annual outing. Yesterday, I signed us up for a murder mystery weekend at the Queen of the Keys Hotel.
You mean the kind of thing where mock murders are...
Remember what it looks like. And I remember what it looks like on me. And because of that, I wear it all the time.
You will adjust.
I don't want to adjust. I want to be the person that I used to be.
But you have to face the truth. You need help. Now, you can deal with it, but you can't do it all.
Ma, what are you doing?
Merrill called. He's coming over. I'm hiding all our valuables.
Why?
Why? You think the man went to prison for free coveralls and some male bonding?
Our own little secret. That and the dent in Blanche's car. Gotcha.
You are such a liar.
What?
Neither one of them is your best friend. Admit it. I'm your best friend.
You're right. I was talking about you, Ma.
Sophia, what are you doing? Painting numbers on my toes. I keep forgetting their names.
Lucy will be here any minute, honey. This doesn't look very nice.
I say let relatives see how you really live. That way they don't hang around.
Well, it so happens that my niece and I are very close. Innocence of a child with luscious lips that just
He knows what you look like, Blanche.
Yes, you know what I look like, and I just wanted to say, good job. Oh, but, dear God, I do have a favor to ask. Could you please spare my friend Rose? Now, I know I haven't...
Give you so much more than I can. You'd live in a mansion, you'd have servants, you'd do your grocery shopping with Bert Convy.
And you'll have your space, and you can sit home on Friday night and become an old maid like your Aunt Regina, and you won't have to listen to me nag.
Then I guess it's all settled.
Productive if we conducted things in a more orderly fashion.
But you see what we have to put up with. She's an airhead.
Oh, yeah, well, you're a barbell.
That's a dumbbell, you twit.
Ladies, please calm down. Now, who can give us an example that will illustrate exactly what you're trying to say about Rose?
If you mean that...
Milk duds.
They're delicious. I love them. The trouble is they take out my dentures.
Sophia, I don't think you're having a heart attack. It's most likely a gallbladder attack brought on by overeating. Overeating, by the way, is a gross understatement of what you've described to me.
संग पिल्लू के मुझे सपनी संग पिल्लू के मुझे सपनी संग पिल्लू के मुझे सपनी संग पिल्लूगा तुझ्यासाठी माझ्या बच्चालो तुझ्यासाठी सांग बच्चालो तुझ्यासाठी मी काय करू आता खरंच ग जीव तुला बघून लागतोय जीव तुला बघून लागतोय सांग पिल्लू ग तुझ्यासाठी काय करू सांग पिल्लू ग तुझ्यासाठी काय करू सांग पिल्लू ग तुझ्यासाठी काय करू अगं देना ग नंबर लवकर कपलेशा झाली सुरू लवकर भास्करा झाली सुरू सांग पिल्लू